his second start in a row, Matt Leary. Mike St. Louis blows the whistle and said, let's get this thing underway here. And we'll be ready to start it in just a second. As soon as they drop the puck, which they do off the faceoff, the puck comes to Darren King. Poke checked away from him by McNamara. Along the boards, right in front of the penalty box, a tie-up, but it comes free, and it's picked up by Craner, and he dumps it deep in Potsdam territory. Racing backboard is Dave Rhoda, taken out of the play by Craner. Sauvé steps in there, can't find it. It goes to Craner. Back to King at the point. His shot way wide in the corner. Back to the other point. Here's a shot just wide again. That taken by Paquin. Back to the other point. Poke checked out to center ice by the Sandstoners. Carey slides into the Massena zone. Back there is Paquin picking it up behind his own net. Around the boards it goes. Mickey Edwards feeds Craner. Craner bangs it off the boards to the blue line. It's back in again. The layoff sides, but everybody's out. Here comes Potsdam. McNamara taken out of the play. The puck slides in the corner. Massena zone. After it there is Paquin. McNamara brings him into the boards. Looks for the puck. Craner's there to pick it up. Side of the net. He starts back the other way. Here comes Kevin Craner out of his own end. Right side. He's going to dump it. That'll be an icing call against Massena as he dumped it just a step too soon, and that'll move it back into Massena zone.
He wanted to get off the ice, but as he did, he was one step at his own side of the red line, and the icing call back in the Massena end. Early the first period, no score.
Jeff Johnson line out there. Or I should say Jeff Tile will be on one wing, and Chris Parker on the other wing. And for Potsdam, the Craig Conroy line. Conroy, LaBelle, and Theobald. Off the face-off, puck back to the point. Blanchard with it. He tries to dump it through the middle. Tayo's got it off a leg, and he breaks out. Here's Tayo. He is hauled down. The puck comes free, slides to the Potsdam blue line. Picked up there by Barney. Corey Barney for Potsdam. Dumps it back into Massena zone. Larry stops it in behind his net. Leaves it for Mike DeRushy. Feeds it along the boards to Parker. Right in front now. It comes to Tayo. He starts to break it out for Massena. Hits Parker on the wing. Here comes Chris Parker breaking in. Right side shot right in front. Just wide. Big chance for Massena. Parker in the corner. Taken out of the play. A lot of pushing and shoving. They tie it up. And already this is a harder hitting game than the last Potsdam game.
Well, I think I said Massena has got to hit Potsdam to slow him down. A good chance there as Parker broke in on that right-hand side as he took a pass from Jeff Tile, and either it might have bounced off the defenseman or shot it just wide. I'm not sure, Jerry. Face off in a Potsdam end.
The Mark Burke line coming out for Massena. Burke centering Chad Valance and Jeff Fauché. And it's going to be the Mark Big Wharf line, which is a little different for Potsdam. Big Wharf out there with Pat Rhoda and Carl Bradley. Off the faceoff, puck back to the blue line. Burke gets a backhand, and it comes in front. It's bounced back out to center ice. Here's Sidden with it. Ahead to Fauché. Fauché rammed out of the play by Thomas. Fauché gets up, picks it up, dumps it Potsdam zone. Robbie Scott back to pick it up for the Stoners. Scott bangs it off the boards, trying to get it out of there. It comes ahead to Mark Big Wharf, and he leads the attack to center ice. Here's Big Wharf in on the right wing side. Big Wharf loses the puck. Valance drops it for Burke. Here comes Burke back the other way, and he kind of overskated. He and Scott go after it in the corner. Puck slides in behind the net. Robbie Scott picks it up for Potsdam. Scott now breaking out on the right wing side. Valance rails him. The puck bounces Massena zone right back out again to Chad Valance. Valance feeding Fauché, breaking in on the right wing side. One man back, Fauché backhander. What a save by Thomas. Beautiful shot by Fauché. As the puck comes back around the boards out to center ice, Albertine takes a whack at it. The puck along the boards. Big Wharf gets railed, and it bounces back into the Potsdam zone, and I believe that'll be another icing call against Massena. And Massena's had two real big chances here early.
That's right. Parker had that first chance, and then this time Fauché broke down on the right side. He had it on his backhand. He let the backhand go, and I tell you, Ed Thomas came up with a big save on that one, Jerry.
It's a beautiful backhander.
Iced the puck, so face-off back into Massena, and no score first period.
Denicourt line back out there against the Kevin Craner line. Face-off left side, Massena end. No score in the hockey game. Off the draw. Puck still in the circle. Quick shot. Fired wide. That taken from the right point by McNamara. We have a whistle, and they're going to move the face-off outside the zone as it went up into the crowd. Went off a Potsdam stick, so the face-off moves outside. Once again, it will be Denicourt against Craner. Craner trying to draw the puck back. It goes to Albertine, who's out there playing defense with Paquin. Albertine, headman to Sauvé, bounces off his stick, but it is again going to be an icing call against Massena. And they'll move the faceoff back in Raiders territory with 12:04 left in the first period. Now playing defense for Potsdam, Mike Warden and Dave Rhoda, the Denicourt line. The Crater line for Massena, Aubertine, and Paquin playing the points for the Red Raiders. Face off left side. Off the draw, still in the circle. Back to Warden at the point. His shot, the save by Leary. And Matt Leary comes up with his first big save of the evening. Picking it up, it's Carey. Craner takes him out of the play and steals the puck. Nice play by Craner. Craner breaking out right wing side. Steps by a check. Here comes Kevin Craner. We've got a 3-on-2. Craner breaks by the defense. He is knocked down, and the puck comes into the corner. Mickey Edwards after it. Denicourt picks it up, slides to center ice. Aubertine knocks it back in. Delay offsides, waved off as Potsdam controls. Here comes Warden, left side, trying to get the shot off. He's taken out of the play. The puck comes free in behind the net. They jam for it. It's underneath, and it's tied up, and we'll have a face-off. A lot of pushing and shoving, and I don't know. Are we going to have matching minors or what?
No. Yeah, I think so.
I think Denicourt and Craner will sit.
Right. I think Denicourt and Craner both are going to go.
Kevin Craner put on quite a good turn of speed.
Yeah, he sure did.
Period. No score in the hockey game. Thus far, I think it's lived up to expectations.
It sure has. Both teams playing well, Jerry.
Very well. Conroy will be out there for Potsdam, along with Kip LaBelle. For Massena, Tayo, and Johnson. Varney. Here comes LaBelle. LaBelle picks it up in his own blue line. Circles. Dumps it. Potsdam zone. DeRushy, who's playing defense with King, after it. DeRushy gets by Conroy. Starts out. Here comes Massena again. We got a 3-on-3. Headman pass goes to Johnson. Johnson can't catch up with it. Blanchard picks it up. Johnson takes it away. Johnson tries to center it, but it's intercepted there. And back the other way comes Corey Varney. Varney for Potsdam down the off wing. Takes it in left side. In Massena zone. He and DeRushy go together. Tayo comes in to help out. Picks up the puck. Here comes Tayo now, breaking out on the right wing side. Johnson with him. Tayo moves it across the blue line. Gets a quick shot off, and Thomas makes a glove save. Now here's LaBelle. LaBelle starts out right side, feeding ahead for Conroy. Back to LaBelle on the give and go. LaBelle across the blue line. He's taken out of the play by Aubertine, and the puck picked up by King. King now, headman, goes by everybody. Slides back in the Potsdam zone. Back there to pick it up is Thomas for Potsdam. That's Chet Thomas. Thomas and Fauché jam for it. Thomas, long headman pass, slides to Massena zone. Sidden's there, coming off the bench to pick it up. In behind the net. Here's Sidden. Sidden. And we're going to have a penalty, and it's going to go against Potsdam as Massena tries to clear. Scott gets a shot off, but that would not be good anyway. It's going to be a holding call, and it's going to go against Potsdam. And that's going to be, let's see here, John Bradley on the hold. As he pretty much held Chris Sidden around in behind the net. And so Massena will have a 4-on-3 power play here for 14 seconds, and then back to a regular power play after that. No score, 10-11 left to play here, period number 1. And we're going to see, let's see here, Mike McNamara out there, along with Dave Rhoda and Mike Warden. For Massena on the power play, Mickey Edwards will be out there, along with Jeff Tayo and Chris Parker. No, check that. DeRushy and Parker and Aubertine. Off the faceoff, Aubertine at his own blue line. He steps ahead. When McNamara's lost his stick, Aubertine just dumps it in the Potsdam zone in behind the net. Thomas leaves it there. Now the puck pokes away, and Edwards lost his stick. It comes to Parker, who drops it back to the point. Aubertine. Aubertine to DeRushy, and Denicourt's out of the box. He steals the puck, breaks down on Craner. Here's Denicourt trying to dump it in the corner. Nobody there for Potsdam. Aubertine picks it up for Massena. Ahead it goes to Edwards. Now we got a regular power play for Massena. Edwards breaks up ice, gets by one, gets by two. Here comes Edwards, right side, the blast! And it goes wide and high. Now it goes to Jeff Johnson. Johnson in the corner now. He gets sandwiched, and the puck comes free, picked up by Warden for Potsdam. In behind the net, he's going to just dump it down the length of the ice. And it goes in behind the net. Larry's going to leave it. Denicourt's coming in on him, and Larry feeds it ahead to Aubertine. That was a little close, I'd say. Aubertine, headman to Edwards. Mickey Edwards taking it across, and offsides is Jeff Johnson ahead of the play. And Edwards made that last fake right at the last minute.
He made
Johnson
his move, just before he went over the blue line, and he put Jeff Johnson offside. So Stan Morey elects it this time to change lines. We got 31 seconds in the penalty to Potsdam's Bradley. Massena's on the power play.
Mark Burke out there with Fauché and Valance. So we're going with a regular line here for Massena. Off the face-off. The puck controlled by Brian Theobald. Along in front of the bench, Chad Valance takes it away, feeds it ahead. Theobald gets it back, dumps to Massena blue line, where Paquin picks it up. Over to King. King, headman pass to Burke, goes off his skate. LaBelle picks it up. Here's Kip LaBelle now, who dumps it off the glass back into Potsdam zone, or into Massena zone. Paquin picks it up there, feeds it around the boards for Fauché. Fauché, headman to Burke. Burke breaks it out, goes to Valance, intercepted. Burke's going to follow up, dump it, Potsdam zone, into the corner it goes, and they race for it as the penalty is up, and we're back to even strengths. Here's King at the point, his shot knocked down in front, it goes wide. Now in on the other side, it's Warden trying to feed it ahead, and Potsdam dumps it down the ice, and that'll be an icing against the Sandstoners, and that'll move the faceoff back into Potsdam territory with 8:26 left to play, and thus far no score.
And a good game, Gary. Both teams really playing well. Massena in that power play only having the one shot on Ed Thomas. Not really too much of a power play at that time.
Jeff Johnson's line out there now. Johnson with Parker and Tayo, and it's the Big Wharf line for Potsdam. Big Wharf, Rhoda Bradley. Puck in behind the Potsdam net. Stolen by Parker. Here's Parker. Oh, nice sweep check there by Robbie Scott. Now the puck comes in behind the net. Again, they jam for it. Parker picks it up. Parker steps by a check. He's still got it. Poke checked away. Gets it back again. They jam for it. Jeff Johnson with it. He can't control, and it's back the other way. Out to center ice. Here's Mark Bigwarf. Bigwarf just stick checks it ahead into the Massena zone. Back there is Chris Sidden. Sidden stops. Now starts out left side of his own goalie, Larry. Here's Sidden. Headman right on the stick of Tayo. Tayo down the left wing side into Potsdam territory. Drops it off. Johnson. Johnson circle shot. Glove by Thomas. I think that was a save.
Yeah, I think that was a save that time as Tayo went down the left side, dropped it. As he did, Johnson came up behind him, picked up the puck. He was a little bit too close, so he didn't really have much net to shoot at. Ed Thomas had it all the way. Made the glove save, forcing the faceoff in the Potsdam zone. No score. 7:46 to go, first period.
Danicourt, Carey, and McNamara back out there for Potsdam. It's the Craner line. Craner, Edwards, and Sobey for Massena. DeRushy and Paquin. Here's a quick shot wide by Sobey. And the puck picked up there by Danny Carey. Carey headman right on Danicourt's stick. Danicourt looking on the right side for McNamara. McNamara in the corner. He gets taken out of the play. The puck underneath. They jam and tie it up there. And we'll have a face-off in Massena territory. Still no score in the hockey game. Massena-Potsdam. We're about halfway through the first period.
Pretty even right now, Jerry. Both teams, nobody really having the advantage.
Not yet, anyway. Craner will face off against Danicourt again. Off the draw. The puck in the circle picked up by Edwards. Out to center ice. Edwards with it. He dumps it from the red line back into Potsdam territory. Back in behind the net. Here's Mike Warden. Warden along to Carey. It comes back out to center ice. Picked up there by Paquin. Paquin circles to his own blue line. Looks for his wing. Feeds Solvay. Solvay in the zone. Now Warden has it. Backhand out to center ice again. Comes to DeRushy. DeRushy drops it to Paquin. Paquin up to the Potsdam blue line. It's picked up there by Rhoda, who dumps it back into Massena territory. Larry stops it. Leaves it for DeRushy. DeRushy trying to slide it through. It's knocked back behind the net, but Kevin Craner is there to pick it up. Craner's headman goes by everybody out to center ice. It was meant for Fauché a little bit too far. Massena in the middle of a line change. Comes back to Varney. Varney back to the Potsdam blue line. It's out to center ice. Here's Danicourt with Carey. Danicourt and Carey. Here's Carey left wing side trying to center it in front, and it goes wide. Now the puck picked up by Darren King. And we have a whistle. And we have a man down in the crease. That's Fauché. He's okay, though. He gets right back up. I think the net got knocked off.
The net got knocked off as Fauché went back into his own goalie, Matt Larry. The net got knocked off. Referee Butch Martin blows the whistle. Face-off will be just outside the Massena blue line.
And Jerry Patterson there with little strategy as he got Danicourt and Carey right back out there when Massena got the Burke line out. But I don't think Massena gives up much with the Burke line out there,
No,
Rich.
they don't know. They're a good checking line.
Off the face-off, puck back, Massena zone. Fauché back for it. Starts to move it along the boards, and gets it out to center ice. Picked up there by Potsdam as they try to get it back in. Theobald has it poke checked away. Slides back into Potsdam territory. Corey Varney around the boards. Goes by everybody, but King can't keep it in. Here's Burke with it. Burke bangs it off the boards. They jam at it. Comes to the Massena blue line. Right back out again. Right back to the Massena blue line again. This time it's Sidden with it on the backhand. Ahead to Valance to Burke. Burke feeds it, Potsdam zone. It's picked up and right back out again by Kevin Blanchard. Now it's Albertine. He lifts it into the Potsdam zone. In the corner, left side of goaltender Thomas. The puck along the boards. Berkey's at the point. He keeps it in. Trying to bounce it through to Parker. Massena in the middle of a line change now. And the puck comes out to center ice. Here's Conroy feeding LaBelle on the right wing. LaBelle racing in. Gets a quick shot off, but he didn't have much to shoot at. Puck around the boards. Potsdam changing lines now. Here comes Chris Parker out to Mark Burke. Back to Parker. Parker across the blue line. One on about 6. But back there is LaBelle to pick it up. Dump it down the ice. That'll be an icing against Potsdam and move the faceoff back into Potsdam territory. Kind of a sloppy change there for Potsdam.
It was. At times, Potsdam seems to be content just to throw that puck out of their own zone, Jerry. I think if Massena pressures Potsdam at all, they're content just to throw it out rather than be caught in their own zone. Now the faceoff back in the Potsdam zone. Jeff Johnson will take the faceoff for Massena.
I think Potsdam relies on very, very strong up front.
Yep,
and
right.
They figure they get it out there. They're going to have the strong forwards who can carry the puck. Well, right off the faceoff, the puck went on, and Thomas stopped it, so we'll face off again. And let's see here. This is the Derek Durant line, the Potsdam 4th line. Potsdam, the luxury of 4 lines here. We're going to see them for the first time. Durant, Calipari, and Bradley. Off the faceoff, puck out to center ice. Tayo, sweep, checks it, back in the Potsdam zone. Robbie Scott is there, trying to get it off the glass. And here comes Potsdam down the ice again. John Bradley with it, feeds it into the Massena zone. Durant got a stick on it. It comes in behind the net. They jam for it there. The puck's sitting underneath. Finally, it's picked up by Johnson. Jeff Johnson for Massena. Off the boards. Chris Parker can't quite catch up with it. The puck in behind the net again. Paquin starts to move it out. Headman pass goes right in front of the net, back to the blue line, and Scott's there to keep it in for Potsdam. Tayo gets a stick on it, but Scott still got it, sweeps it right in front. I think Larry might have poke-checked that into the corner. Now it's Jeff Tayo with it. Over to Albertine, and he wants to tie it up, I guess, and he does. And we'll have a face-off in the Massena zone. He and Calipari tie it up, and the draw will come to the left side. And the scoreboard still goose egg, 0-0 with 4:29 left in period number 1.
Matt Larry only having to come up with 1 save so far. Massena defense doing a good job stopping Potsdam as they come across the Massena blue line.
Denicourt's line back out there against the Craner line now. I think we're going to see this matchup all night.
I'm sure.
Face off Massena zone left side. Apparently,
Sobey going off. He went off the ice here a short while ago, Jerry. I think he got racked up a little bit. Going to the dressing room.
So we're going to see Medina playing that right wing for Seth Sobey. As Massena's injury woes continue. Off the faceoff, back to the point. Shot knocked down in the circle by Craner. He feeds it ahead for Edwards, taken off his stick by Mike McNamara. McNamara feeds it to Denicourt. Here comes Denicourt. Nice pass to Carey. Carey can't quite get it. Denicourt comes back for it. Drops it. Warden at the point. His shot wide. Bounces right in the slot. But nobody there for Potsdam as Craner picks it up. Headman to Edwards. Edwards trying to go back to Craner. Knocked down. Good defensive play made there by Potsdam. Back the other way. Here comes Dave Rhoda in the zone. Rhoda trying to get it through the middle, but broken up there. And DeRushy back the other way for Massena. He's going to dump it down in the Potsdam territory as Massena wants to make a defensive change, I believe. Now it's Paquin out there at the point as Potsdam dumps the puck in the Massena zone. DeRushy, racing for it, sweeps it in behind the net for Paquin. Paquin back on the other side for Marty Medina. Medina moving it, sweeps it ahead. Here's Craner. Craner turning on the Jets, breaking down the right side, gets by LaBelle. Here's Craner. He gets knocked out, but gets a quick shot. The rebound. It's in the net. Mickey Edwards scores on the Craner shot rebound. Massena goes up 1-0.
I tell you, the effort was made by Craner, though, all the way. Kevin Craner went down that right-hand side. He got knocked down. He shoveled the puck on to Ed Thomas, who made the save. But then the rebound was either Edwards or Medina.
I think it was Edwards,
okay.
Yeah.
They were going to do it. Massena goes ahead 1-0. Craner's got to get an assist on that one.
Big goal for Massena. 1-0, the Raiders lead it here with 3:27 left in the first period. We'll wait on the official, but I'm pretty sure that was Edwards. Off the face-off. The puck in the Massena zone. Yeah, it was Edwards. Here's Paquin. trying to get it back out of there. Potsdam controls it now. Paquin's we got a penalty, and it's going to be on Massena's Chad Valance. Interference will be the call, and Potsdam will get to unload that power play. Valance gets the gate for interference, and Massena will be down a man here, and will have to attempt to kill off a Potsdam power play. And I think I recall Potsdam's power play being rather good.
They move the puck well.
They, in fact, Potsdam scored their only goal last game on the power play. Okay.
Well, they got quite a few boys that can handle a puck well, Jerry. The face-off will be in the Massena zone. They put Denicourt, they put Denicourt back on that left point.
Yeah, Denicourt and Scott will be playing the points.
Right.
Craig Conroy.
Takes the face-off.
McNamara on the left wing, and we'll pick up the other wing in a moment. I think that's Kip LaBelle, it is. And the puck in the Massena zone, but I think Aubertine's the one that got the piece of that and dumped it down the ice. Aubertine's out there with Darren King, Jeff Johnson, and Jeff Tyo. Okay, here comes Kip LaBelle. LaBelle steps by one. LaBelle in the corner. Massena zone, stops. Drops it to McNamara, halfway out, back to Denicourt at the point. His shot, high over the net. Leary did the turtle that time. Now the puck in behind. Potsdam zone, picked up by Conroy. Conroy tries to go to Denicourt. Denicourt in the slot, has to go in the corner. He drops it off again. Robbie Scott with it. Scott, Massena in the box now. Scott goes back to Denicourt, who's playing right point now. Back to Scott, left corner. Now they jam for it. And the puck sitting side of the net. Who's got it? Jeff Johnson. He tries to lift it, and it goes up into the crowd. He was trying to go along the boards down the ice, but it went up in the crowd, and the faceoff will be in Massena's zone again with 41 seconds left in the penalty. 2:24 in the period.
Seen them doing a good job keeping their box formation, keeping Potsdam on the outside. You can give them the outside. They shouldn't hurt you from the outside. It's when the four men get running around is when the problems come.
Okay, now we're going to have Edwards and Burke out there along with King and Aubertine. Potsdam's going to put the, Mark Bigwarf out there along with Dan Carey and Brian Theobald. Denicourt stays out there with Scott at the points. Can't feature a Potsdam power play without Denicourt. Now the puck in behind the net, they jam for it. Picked up there by Bigwarf, back to Denicourt at the point. His shot, knocked down in front, they jam for it. It's controlled by Theobald. Theobald in the corner right side now, starts back toward the blue line to Denicourt. His drive, Larry, big kick save. It comes to Burke. Burke takes a whack at it, still in the zone. Back to the blue line, Denicourt keeps it in, feeds it through again. Here comes Potsdam's Theobald, dropping it in behind the net for Robbie Scott. Scott trying to get by. King is in there bothering him. They jam for it, and we have a whistle and a tie-up in the corner with 5 seconds left in the power play and 1:48 in the period. Big save there by Matt Leary.
Okay, and a good effort there by Darren King as he tied up the Potsdam player and also the puck against the boards. Wasted a little time, not only that, but then it gives Dan Moore a chance to change up on his lines. Only 5 seconds left in the penalty to Massena's Valance. Face-off in the Massena zone to the left of Matt Leary.
We have Craner out there now, along with Edwards, DeRushy, and Paquin. And Conroy's going to take the face-off again. Off the draw. Puck in behind the net. And Paquin bangs it around the boards. Warden trying to keep it in. It bounces high in the air. Bouncing right in front. Here's the shot. LaBelle score! And we're tied at 1.
The penalty was over. That is not a power play goal. I'll tell you, that took a funny bounce. It bounced way up in the air. LaBelle was on the right-hand side. As it came down right just on his stick. As it came down, he just took the shot and beat Matt Leary. All tied 1-1. It is not a power play goal.
I'm not sure. Somebody kept it in at the point, did a nice job, got a whack at it. It bounced, it went high in the air and came down right in the slot. And LaBelle was there, and he managed to control that bouncing puck and score the goal, and we're tied at 1. Off the faceoff, Craner dumps it in the Potsdam zone. Racing back for it there is Warden. Warden gets it ahead to LaBelle. LaBelle moving it along the boards, out to Conroy. Here's Conroy down on the off wing, takes it in the zone, taken out of the play, and it's picked up by Paquin. Paquin lugs it out to center ice, and he dumps it. Potsdam zone intercepted, knocked back right to the Massena zone. Conroy after it, but DeRushy has him too well tied up, and the puck picked up behind the net. Again, Paquin can't get it out. Warden keeps it in. They jam. The bouncing puck comes to Conroy. Conroy centering pass, knocked down by DeRushy. He starts back the other way. Slides it ahead for Edwards. Back to DeRushy. Here comes DeRushy in on the off wing. He has it dumped, and it comes back to center ice. Chris Parker has to wait. Parker goes back to Paquin at the blue line. Massena was offside, they had to wait. Now Paquin's pass, intercepted. Here's Delacourt all by himself, shot. What a save by Larry! Right in front again, they jam at it. The puck comes free, and Larry stopped Delacourt point blank. Wow, back to the point. Massena clears. Here's Parker to Tayo. Tayo in on the off wing now, in behind the net. Kind of tied up with 30 seconds left. Where's the puck? In the corner. Warden's got it. Warden back to the point. Kept in by Albertine right in front. Tayo. Poke free. Here's a shot by Parker. Knocked down in front. Back to Paquin, or Sidden rather. He takes a whack at it. And it's lifted up into the crowd by Warden. And the faceoff will come in Potsdam territory. But for the grace of God and Matt Larry, it's still 1-1.
That was a great save as Delacourt broke in all alone. I tell you, that's one guy you don't want breaking in all alone. Hey, Matt Larry just hung in there, went to the spread eagle, split his pad, made the nice save, really didn't give him anything to shoot at. That's the best save of the game for Matt Larry.
Burke's line out there against the Delacourt line with 14 seconds left in the first period. All tied at 1. Off the faceoff, back to the point. Albertine the drive, knocked down. It bounces right out to center ice. Albertine can't pick it up. Here comes Delacourt, 7 seconds. The big drive, the big save by Larry. It comes to Balance, and he ties it up with 1 second. There's the buzzer, and first period ends, and we're right where we started. We're all tied up, but this time at 1-1, and a very, very good first line coming out. Craner, Mickey Edwards, and Seth Sove. At defense, it will be Mike DeRushy and Bruce Albertine. On the Potsdam blue line, it's going to be Dave Rhoda and Mike Warden. This time, Butch Martin's going to drop the puck to get this second period going. We're underway. Craner off the faceoff, slides it right on, and Thomas has to make a rather easy save. He leaves it for David Rhoda. Rhoda moving along the boards. Carey just dumps it down the ice. I don't think he meant to hit it quite as hard as he did, but it's going to be an icing call against Potsdam and move the faceoff back into Sandstoner territory with 14:47 left middle period. Still tied at 1.
I think Curry just tried to bounce that off the boards, but he got a little bit too much on it. Of course, there was nobody out there, and being brand new ice, it just slid all the way down to the Massena end. Potsdam call for icing. Face-off back in the Potsdam zone.
Craner steps into the circle again. He'll draw against Delacourt. The puck is dropped. Craner trying to go to Edwards. Edwards in the corner now. Bangs it behind the net. Sove after it. Can't quite catch up with it. Potsdam controls, and they move it out to center ice. Here comes McNamara. McNamara leads the attack into the zone. Backhander knocked down by DeRushy, and they fall on top of the puck and tie it up. And we'll have a face-off in the Massena zone. McNamara put on a good turn of speed right across the blue line, but tell you what,
Mike DeRushy
he stayed with him.
He stayed right with him, and he never even allowed him to get the shot off. He hung right with him and finally pulled him down, both going into the boards. The puck ended up underneath both of them, so whistle blown, face-off to Massena end.
Face-off right side. And this time it's going to be Johnson's line out there against Potsdam's Conroy. Shot right on. Larry makes the save. He dropped it behind him, but jumped on it before it went across and holds on. And we'll face it off again.
That was close as Larry made the save, but as he did, it trickled behind him. I think it was going across the line. All of a sudden, he turned around, pounced on the puck before it went over the line, making the save, and face-off still back in the Massena zone.
Face-off right side, Massena territory, off the draw, back to the point. Here's Blanchard, shot fired it wide. LaBelle trying to come up with it. He dumps it in behind the net. After it, there's Paquin, can't come up with it. They jam for it. It comes to Conroy, centering right in front, but Parker's there to knock it down. He controls it and lugs it to center ice, off the boards to Johnson. Johnson breaking in right side. He takes the shot. Thomas makes the save. Johnson hauled down. The puck goes underneath him. He tries to get up, and the puck's still free. Picked up side of the net. Tayo, he fired it in behind. Now Johnson after it behind the net. Taken away from him by Kevin Blanchard. Blanchard slides it to center ice. Paquin got a piece of it. LaBelle takes it in, and he gets by Paquin. The shot, another save by Larry. And the puck comes free to Johnson. Johnson, headman to Tayo. Tayo goes through the legs. Here comes Tayo breaking down the right wing side for Massena. Tayo trying to center it. It goes to Fauché as Massena making a line change now. And the puck lifted by Potsdam into the crowd. And we'll face it off again in the Potsdam zone. Potsdam, good opportunity there. Good save by Larry.
Number of times, I think Potsdam, when they get stuck in their own zone, they'll either throw it out of the rink or they'll ice the puck. You said they don't want to be caught back in their own zone at all with their defense.
I'm not sure why that is. I think they've got a decent defense.
I thought so too, but it's happened time and time again tonight, Jerry.
It's going to be the fourth line, the Durant line out there. Off the faceoff shot, Thomas save. Quick shot taken there by Fauché. Now the puck along the boards comes back to Albertine. He shovels one right on. Thomas saw it the last minute. Save made. Here's Fauché trying to drop it back to the points. Goes by everybody down in the Massena territory. And racing back for it is Sidden. They called it icing on that.
They called it icing. Fauché actually threw the puck back, but Mike St. Louis said it's an icing call. I don't think he realized that Fauché is trying to pass it back to the point. Call was made. Face-off back in the Potsdam zone.
Jerry Patterson not pleased with that call.
Not really pleased with that call, no.
However,
those things happen.
They do. They do. And Massena's going to make a line change, try to take advantage of this, get that Craner line out there. Right. And in response, Potsdam's going to make a single change as Big Wharf will be in to take the face-off. Apparently, Big Wharf is a good face-off man. So he'll face off against Craner. But the other wings, John Bradley and Matt Calipari, stay out there. Face-off left side off the draw, and Big Wharf wins it and lugs it to center ice. Headman stolen by Medina, who's playing a wing. He tries to shovel it ahead. Craner can't quite come up with it. So apparently Sobe is not doing too well because Medina's out playing the wing. The puck comes to Sidden. Sidden around on the other side for Bruce Albertine. Albertine trying to get it along the boards. Thomas trying to keep it in. It comes out off Craner's leg. Edwards feeds it ahead for Craner. Here comes Craner trying to break through. Craner gets a shot. Oh, he fired it over the net as he was pretty well tied up, but he still got the shot off. Edwards gets it back to Albertine at the point. Albertine winds the shot off a leg. Bounces to Sidden. Sidden sweeps it into the corner. Taken away. Back comes Mark Bigwharf leading the attack. Bigwharf takes it in. Albertine takes him out of the play, and Leary sticks it back to the blue line. Following up Carey. His shot goes wide. Into the corner. Now back to the blue line. Warden keeps it in. Albertine back there. Albertine takes a whack. Big Wharf takes it away. Centering pass right in the slot. Shot. Score! Dan Carey! Mark Big Wharf made a beautiful play to set that up. And Potsdam takes the lead 2-1.
Big Wharf picked up that puck as Albertine lost the puck in behind the net. Big Wharf picked it up, threw it out in front of the net. Carey on the left side of the goal. It ended up right on Carey's stick, and he put it behind Matt Leary. Potsdam goes ahead, 2-1.
Big Wharf did a beautiful job getting that puck in the corner and made a beautiful pass right on the stick of Carey to set up the goal. Off the faceoff, it's Denicourt's line. He's got the puck in the zone. Centering pass knocked down in front. Derushi picks it up. Derushi loses it. Parker back for it in his own end. Here's Parker. Headman pass goes to Jeff Tayo. Tayo and McNamara jam. They still have the puck. It goes in behind the net. Derushi feeding it along the boards for Parker. Parker just looking to tie it up. Warden comes in to help him out, and they tie it up right there with 11:52 left to go in the second period. The scoreboard reads 2-1 for Potsdam. Nice goal by Dan Carey. Beautiful assist by Big Wharf. Greg Conroy's line out there now against the Johnson line off the face. Blanchard's shot. Larry saved. The rebound picked up and outside the ice by Massena's Paquin. Slides all the way back in the Potsdam zone. Back for it is Kevin Blanchard. Blanchard trying to move it out. Tayo steps in front. He's got it. Has it taken away by LaBelle. Gets it back again. Slides it through. Johnson. Johnson on the right side of the net now. Ooh, he's taken out of the play. Gets up again. Takes a whack at it. The puck comes free to Corey Varney. Feeds it along the boards for Brian Theobald. Theobald, long headman pass. Meant for Conroy. He races for it. And Paquin gets a stick on it. Conroy's still after it. They jam for it. It slides right in front of the net. And it goes over on the other side. Now back to the point. Here's Blanchard. Over to Varney. His shot way wide. Bouncing puck right in the slot. And just wide on the attempt by LaBelle. Here's Paquin. He rifles it out to center ice. It slides down. It's going to go right on Ed Thomas. He leaves it in the corner for Kevin Blanchard. Ahead to LaBelle. He's knocked down. It comes to Fauché. Trying to slide it ahead to Burke. He didn't see it. It's back to the Massena blue line. Darren King. King takes a whack ahead to Fauché. Here comes Fauché. Breaking across the blue line. Here's Fauché. Slides it. Well, it was off the net, but I guess Thomas decided too much danger, and he covered up on the play. And with 10:42 in the period, we have a 2-1 score for Potsdam.
Right, Potsdam's goal was scored by Carey with an assist going to Big Wharf as Big Wharf picked up the puck from behind the net as Albertine lost the puck. He threw it out in front to Carey. and it was only Carey and Larry, and Carey put it behind Matt Larry. Potsdam goes ahead, 2-1.
You're listening to Massena Red Raider Hockey on 1340 WMSA Massena. Off the faceoff, Robbie Scott with it. Up along the boards, Albertine keeps it in at the point. Dumps it in behind the net. Robbie Scott again. Balance, poke checks it away. It goes into the corner. Back pick it up is Chet Thomas. Thomas feeds along the board, sits in the circle. Back there again is Rob Scott. Scott left side. Long headman pass goes all the way back in the Massena zone, but not far enough for icing. Albertine circles. Steps by a check. Headman pass to Burke. Burke poked away. Albertine follows. Dumps it in the zone. It goes in behind Potsdam net, and Robbie Scott goes after it. Scott taken out of the play by Balance. Balance has got the puck. Tries the wraparound. The rebound couldn't find a handle. Goes back to Burke at the point. His quick shot knocked down in the circle. Scott. Burke throws a check. The puck poke check down the ice. And that'll be an icing call against Potsdam. And again, we'll have a face-off in Sandstoner territory as Chad Balance with a good chance there.
Good chance there. Really went behind the net, tried the old wraparound, almost succeeded, Jerry. Close. Finally, Potsdam got the puck, and again, they're either trying to ice the puck or they're trying to hit a flying wing going down, but they've had a number of icing calls. Face-off back in the Potsdam zone. They lead 2-1.
Crater's line out there now. And we'll pick it up here off the face-off. Back to Paquin. He bangs it into the corner. Back there is Dave Rhoda. Rhoda trying to move it along the boards. It comes to Matt Calipari. Calipari loses it. We have a whistle. We got a hand pass against Massena. That'll move the face-off outside. And now Potsdam will change up. As coming out will be the Denicourt line.
And Massena stays with the Craner line. Craner, Medina, and Edwards out there.
Seth Sobey hurt his knee. Tried to come back in the second period, but after one shift, he hasn't played. Sidden off the face, trying to feed it ahead for Craner. Goes to the blue line. It's still in the zone. Craner picks it up. Quick shot. Knocked down in front. And went off Edwards' stick, but wide. Edwards wraparound. They jam at it. In the net.
It's in the net.
Massena scores. They tie it up.
It's good. I think they're saying man in the crease, but no. I think Butch Martin said it's a Massena goal. I'm not sure who got that goal.
I think Craner did.
The Craner line was in there. Edwards made the initial rush in behind the net, and it's all tied up. 2-2. I think Craner will get the assist. I think probably Mickey Edwards, or Craner will get the goal. Mickey Edwards will probably get the assist. All tied, 2-2.
Craner didn't wait for the second period to have a good game this game.
No.
He had a good game in the first period, too. Off the face-off, puck to the blue line. Craner picks it up again, has it poked away. Back the other way. Here comes McNamara dumping to an open wing in behind the net. Carey after it there. Danny Carey in the face-off circle, back to Varney at the point. His shot through a screen, saved by Larry. The puck on the other side, knocked down, and here comes Medina. Trying to get it out, kept in at the point. Nicely by Carey, who got back that time. And we're going to have a penalty, and we're going to have matching minors. As Denicourt and Edwards that time mixing it up. High sticking, I guess. And apparently Denicourt had a couple of things to say to the official as Mike St. Louis came over and told him, be quiet. So we'll be skating 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders here. Face off left side. We're tied at 2. Seesaw battle. We've got Conroy out there along with LaBelle. And for Massena, that's Johnson out there, and he wins the face-off, starts out. Here comes Jeff Johnson, taking it to the middle. He dumps it, and Thomas, the goaltender, leaves it in the corner. After it, Tayo taken out of the play by Warden. Warden comes away with the puck. Here comes Warden, feeding it down into the Massena zone. King got a stick on it, chases it behind the net, feeds it over to DeRushy. Here comes DeRushy, headman, goes by Tayo back in the zone. We got a delay offsides whistled off, or called off. Here comes King. King racing down, he's got Johnson with him. King, center right in front. Oh, stopped nicely by Thomas, the goaltender. Now back the other way. Here comes Potsdam's LaBelle, and King is going to get called for interference, I believe, or hooking.
Probably hooking as he...
It'd be hooking, I think. And now Potsdam will go on the power play.
It was a good 2-on-1 rush. King kept that puck a little bit too long. I think if he'd threw it out a little bit quicker, he had Johnson breaking in there, but he was almost behind the net as he threw it in front. Ed Thomas, all he had to do was put his stick out there to stop the pass. Then when King came back, a little frustration maybe, he hooked Potsdam. So Potsdam will have the power play. It'll be a 4-on-3 situation.
8:24 left in the middle period. 2-2 tie. Massena Potsdam. Let's see here. LaBelle and Scott. McNamara and Varney. For Massena, it's Burke and DeRushy who backhands, and Albertine out there as well. Now the puck comes to Varney. Varney steps across the Massena blue line. Tried to drop it to McNamara, got it back instead. Now he goes to McNamara right in the middle. Now over on the other side to Scott. Back to McNamara. Back to Scott. Scott racing in. DeRushy blocks his wrist shot. Scott gets it back again in the corner. Shovels it to the point. To McNamara, to Varney. Varney keeps it in nicely. Varney winds the shot. Deflected off a skate. Bounces in the corner. DeRushy looks to tie it up. Gets by a check. Where is the puck? Underneath. No, it's free. Picked up there by Varney. Back to McNamara at the point. He goes in. The big blast. Deflected into the slot wide. And Burke picks it up and slides it down the ice. Varney got a chance to get a good shot off as nobody picked him up. And the matching minors are up. About 35 seconds left in the other penalty. Here comes McNamara again on the off wing side. Gets by the defense. McNamara in behind the net. Shovels it around. He's still got it. Back to Rob Scott at the point. His shot through a screen. Knocked down in front. McNamara can't get the shot off. Poke check back about halfway out. Scott keeps it in with 20 seconds left in the power play. Now the puck comes free. Picked up by Conroy. Conroy trying to drop it in the corner. They jam for it. Slides back to Denicourt. Denicourt steps by a check. Loses the puck. Sidden's got a piece of it. Knocks it free. 5 seconds left. And Mickey Edwards shovels it out to center ice. 2 seconds, 1 second. Massena killed the penalty. And King is back out on the ice. Now the puck comes to the Massena blue line. Carey picks it up. Brings it back to his own blue line. Trying to shovel it ahead for Robbie Scott, who backhands it in the Massena zone, in behind the net. Denicourt races for it. Oh, he throws a wicked check at Albertine. Back to the point. Here's Varney's shot. Deflected high. And we're going to have a penalty in Albertine for playing without a helmet.
Right. When you lose the helmet, you either have to head for the bench or you have to pick it up right away. Albertine did not do either one. I'll tell you, he was nailed by Denicourt. But you have to either go to the bench or pick up the helmet. He didn't do either one. He'll be called for playing without a helmet.
That's new this year, I believe.
I believe, yes, it is, I think.
So Bruce Albertine gets, it's an equipment violation. And so Potsdam will stay on the power play here with 6:33 in the second period left. 2-2 tie.
This will be their third power play of the night. They were not able to score on either one of their other power plays. They had one in the first period. This will be their second power play in the second period. Potsdam leads 2-1. Face off in the Massena zone. Potsdam's on the power play.
Face off. Back to the point. Denicourt the drive. Just wide. It changed directions. Puck free in behind the net. Sidden tries to tie it up. Goes to the side of the net. Poke free. They jam. Whistle blows. And the puck tied up.
It's tied up as Sidden tried to tie it up against the post. It came loose. Finally, Matt Larry pounced on the puck, forcing the face-off. Only 8 seconds elapsed on the penalty to Albertine. Face-off still in the Massena zone. Potsdam still in a power play.
Well, let's see. Coming out will be Conroy for Potsdam. Out there with LaBelle and McNamara. And, of course, Denicourt will play the point with Scott. Darren King out there for Massena, along with Sidden, Edwards, and Johnson. Face off left side Massena zone. Off the draw, they jam. Comes back to Scott. Scott about halfway in. Leaves it in the corner for LaBelle. Back to Scott. His drive. And that was wide, I believe. Larry got a piece of it. Edwards takes a whack at, doesn't get it out. Here's LaBelle. LaBelle, quick shot in the net. Oh, beautiful goal. He picked the corner on that one.
Well, he picked the corner on that one. The problem before was Edwards. Edwards had a chance to get that puck out, but he more or less banged on the puck. And as he did, LaBelle picked the puck up, skated toward the slot, shot high, be the right-hand corner over the left shoulder. of Matt Larry, really a good shot. Matt Larry didn't have much to do there. When you get a chance to clear that puck, you got to clear the puck when you're killing the power play. Potsdam goes up by a score of 3-2.
6:09 left to go. Second period. Potsdam on top by a singleton. Trainers line out against the Conroy line. Off the faceoff. Puck comes to DeRushy in his own end. Over. Back out to center ice. Right back in again. Conroy dumps to an open wing. Goes to Medina. Medina tries to leave it in the corner for Edwards. LaBelle gets there first. Dumps it back in behind the net. Here's Greg Paquin. Around the boards. Warden steps into it. Keeps it in. It comes free. Back to Mickey Edwards. Edwards breaks it out of the zone. Here comes Edwards getting by a check. In the zone, Edwards trying to feed it through. Medina right on. Save. Wasn't a really hard shot as he just kind of directed it on. And the save was made by Thomas. And we got a little pushing and shoving again. Warden and Craner having a discussion there. I don't think anything's going to come of that. So the faceoff will be in Potsdam territory to the left of goaltender Eddie Thomas. .539 left second period. 3-2. Potsdam leading Massena. Let's see Burke's line out now. Off the faceoff. Balance trying to get a piece of it right in the slot. They jam for it, but the puck controlled there by Matt Calipari. He lugs it to center ice. Picked up by Burke. Burke over skates. Following it up, here's Big Wharf to the Massena blue line in the zone. And the puck slides right in the slot. Balance trying to come up with it, but coming back for it. Here comes Sidden. Sidden steps by a check. Trying to slide it to Balance. Back to Sidden. They run into traffic. Back the other way, Big Wharf. He can't handle it. It comes to King by way of Burke. Ahead to Valance. Valance loses it. Picked up there by Corey Varney. Varney along the boards to the Massena blue line. They jam for it there. It slides to Burke just inside the Massena zone. Burke steps by a check. Steps by another one. Here's Mark Burke with it. Across the red line. He just dumps it. And we have a whistle. I think we're having offsides there.
Looks like an offsides.
I don't know who's ahead of the play.
I'm not sure either. Face-off will be just inside the center line. We set a good crowd. We're a little bit low. 1460 paid.
That's good.
Excellent crowd.
Excellent crowd.
I'll tell you, one thing about Massena, when somebody plays like Potsdam, they'll get the crowds down here, Jerry. Good turnout.
So. It's just about an even split between adult and student.
Right.
Off the face-off. Puck just inside Potsdam zone. Johnson racing after it. He and Scott come together. The puck slides to Tayo. Shovels it right across the goal mouth. Nobody there. Denicourt picks it up. He dumps it to an open wing. And coming up with it, McNamara tried to, but Tayo finds it. Dumps it back in. Thomas feeds in the corner. Johnson got a piece of it, but again, it's picked up by Potsdam. Back to the point, and DeRushy couldn't keep it in. Here's DeRushy. Shovels it over to Aubertine. Aubertine along the boards. Takes a whack at it. McNamara poke checks it into Massena's territory. Here's DeRushy. Looking for the wing. The breakout pass intercepted back in the zone. We got delay offsides. They waved that off as Potsdam cleared. Here comes Aubertine. Backhand to center ice. Intercepted by Scott. Poke checked away. Denicourt again with 4 minutes left in the second period. Denicourt trying to slide through. Gets it to McNamara. McNamara across the blue line. Just hammers it in the corner as he was tied up. DeRushy picks it up there. Circles. Trying to go ahead to Tayo. Tayo gets railed by Scott, but follows the puck into the corner. Feeds it around on the other side. Meant for Parker. Parker jams for it. He and Carey. Parker feeds to DeRushy. DeRushy over to Aubertine. Aubertine headman Tayo. Tayo gets it out to Jeff Johnson. Johnson knocked down. The puck comes free, and we're going to have an interference call against the Potsdam Sandstoners. That's going to go against Chet Thomas as he knocked Parker down, and Parker did not have the puck.
So Massena will go on a power play. That'll be their second power play of the night. That'll be first power play here in the second period. Potsdam leads on a score of 3-2. The last time Potsdam scored on their power play, it only took Potsdam 24 seconds to score in a power play. LaBelle picked up Potsdam's third goal.
That was his second goal of the game. Let's see here. Craner coming out, and we're going to see Craner playing center on this power play. A little bit different. Marty Medina, Mickey Edwards, Albertine, Paquin. Paquin with a puck now, feeding it ahead for Edwards. Edwards has it poke checked away. Albertine again in his own end. Over to Paquin. Paquin headman to Edwards. Edwards picks it up, skates to the red line. He's going to take it across on the right side. No, he doesn't get it in. Comes back to Paquin. Paquin waits and dumps. Back in behind the net, Potsdam territory. They take a whack at it, bouncing. Whoa, that took a weird bounce. Puck comes around on the other side. We have a whistle. Net off its moorings, I believe.
Yeah, the net just got barely moved. Referee St. Louis blew the whistle. It'll come just outside the Potsdam blue line. Massena's on the power play.
1:05 left in the man advantage. 3:04 in the second period. Potsdam leading by a 3-2 count. Let's see here. Now Craner's going to move back and play the point. Edwards will center Parker and Johnson. Albertine the other point. Out to take the face-off for Potsdam. Let's see here. Off the draw. I'm not even sure. That was Rhoda. Craner lugs it across and drops it. Johnson at the point. Waits, drops it over to Craner. Craner, he's still got it right point. Fakes the shot. Has it swept away, but it goes to Parker. Parker trying to go back. Craner keeps it in. Craner in the slot shot. Oh, he fired it wide. Puck around the boards. Albertine fakes the shot. Feeds it in. Gets it back again. Drops it again to Parker. Parker in the circle. In behind the net. Edwards trying to go back. Parker, they jam at it. Where is it? Oh, big save by Thomas, I believe. Barney looks to tie it up behind the net. Then he kicks it ahead. Takes a whack at it. Knocked down by Parker. Back to the point. Albertine. Did he keep it in? He did. Beautiful play by Bruce Albertine. Johnson with it in the corner now after it. Johnson centers it in the slot. Rhoda's there. Does he get it out? Yeah, he did. Craner tried to keep it in, but he couldn't. And I'll tell you, Albertine made a beautiful play keeping that puck in the previous play.
He did. This time, actually, the puck came out. I think the puck stayed out. Actually, the Craner was in, but the puck stayed out. But referee still blew it, so that even up the call. He missed one against Massena and they missed one against Potsdam.
3-2, Potsdam leading. 16 seconds left in the Massena power play. They'll go back to regular rotation here with Johnson centering. Parker and Tile. Off the face. Puck comes to King, and it goes up into the Massena bench. And we'll face it off again, same spot. 13 seconds left in the power play.
And 2:12 left to go in the second period. 3-2, Potsdam.
Actually, they'll move it back a little bit, face it off right at the red line. Off the face, it comes right to Paquin. Paquin to an open wing. Warden steps in front of it, has a little trouble, gets it back out to center ice. Slides to the Massena blue line. Paquin over to King. King ahead to Parker. And it's back in the zone. Here's Denicourt trying to slide it through. And the penalty is up, and Potsdam killed it off. Carey with it now, takes a whack at it. Dumps back into Massena territory. McNamara racing for it. He's got King on him. King and McNamara jam. The puck slides free. Johnson trying to come up with it. Denicourt throws a wicked check. And the puck tied up in the corner. We'll have a face-off Massena zone with 1:42 left to play in the second period. And the Sandstoners holding on to a one-goal advantage, 3-2.
And let's see, Massena will change up as the face-off will be to the right of Matt Larry. Craner line comes back out. That'll be Craner, Edwards, and Medina. Medina sitting in here, or skating tonight on that right wing for Seth Sobey, who hurt his knee in the first period.
And Conroy's line comes out for Potsdam. Conroy, Kip LaBelle, and Brian Theobald. Varney playing the point, along with Kevin Blanchard. Off the face, it comes to Blanchard. The drive knocked down, goes in behind the net. Nobody saw it, but Albertine did. He comes back for it. Here comes Albertine. Starts it ahead. Goes off Edwards to Craner. Poked away. Albertine follows. Takes it in. Dumps it in the corner. Goes in, around on the other side. Edwards pinches in. He's got it. Feeds it around on the other side. LaBelle. Edwards jam for it. Puck comes free and goes up off the ice surface and into the crowd. And the face-off will come in, let's see here. Where are they going to? Oh, Potsdam zone, right side.
Right. Potsdam threw it out. In fact, I don't know how many. This is about 7 or 8 times the puck has gone out of the rink area tonight.
Okay. Conroy again against Burke this time. And we'll face it off right side. Off the draw, puck in the circle. Valance can't find the handle. And back the other way comes Conroy, leading a 3-on-2 to LaBelle right side. LaBelle gets a quick shot, fired it just wide. Conroy was waiting for the rebound. Back to the blue line. Varney keeps it in, slides it in the slot, but it's intercepted by DeRushy. Here's DeRushy down the ice over skates as he was pretty well tied up. And it's dumped by Conroy back in the Massena zone. Less than a minute to play in the third period. Albertine looking ahead for Valance. He just lets it go by out to center ice. Back there to pick it up is Kevin Blanchard. Blanchard on the stick of LaBelle. LaBelle feeds it for Conroy too far. DeRushy picks up the errant pass right in front of his net, but headmans to Burke. Burke off the boards, out to center ice. Blanchard is there to dump back in the Massena zone. Here's DeRushy around the boards for Albertine. Back to DeRushy, right side. Back to Albertine. We have a whistle and a penalty and an interference call against who?
Against Potsdam.
It's against Potsdam, but who is the...
I'm not sure.
Is that... Well, nobody's taking credit for it. Now somebody will come over, and Massena will go on a late power play here. I guess Carey's going to get the gate for interference, as he interfered with one of the Massena players. That was somewhere behind the play.
Well, it was behind the play as both Albertine and DeRushy, so we're passing the puck back between them. I didn't see him.
I don't know where that happened.
I'm not sure.
So Massena will go on the power play here with 26 seconds left in the period. And Potsdam leading at 3-2. I know that Stan Moore's club would dearly love to pick up one here late in the period. Off the face-off, the puck comes to Craner. Craner starts out for Massena, builds up ahead of steam, takes it in on the right side, drops it at the point. Parker across to Albertine. Albertine's drive, knocked down. Delacourt's going to have a breakaway. Here comes Delacourt, breaking in with 10 seconds left. Shot, score.
Well, Potsdam picking up a shorthanded goal, and you know who did it was Delacourt. As Massena set up on the power play, the puck came back to number 4, Albertine. Albertine did not look up at all. He took the shot, and if he'd have looked up and he'd seen Delacourt right in front of him, it bounced off the legs of Delacourt. Delacourt just stepped around Albertine, and he was in all alone. This time, he made no mistake, putting it past Matt Leary with only 9 seconds to go. That's a tough way to give up a goal at the last 9 seconds.
Especially when you're on the power play. Right. Unassisted goal for Potsdam. Off the face-off, 4 seconds left. Craner's got it. Just pokes it ahead. That's it. Boy, that's a tough one right there.
Play putting Craner back on the left point, Albertine the right point. Parker and Edwards takes his face-off.
Off the face-off, LaBelle with a puck back in his own end, bounces it off the boards ahead. Edwards picks it up at his own blue line. Mickey Edwards from Massena drops it off to Albertine. Albertine races, stops at the point. Hard check thrown there. The puck picked up but not out. Craner keeps it in. He's got it. Craner on the backhand. Nice save by Thomas. And the puck comes to LaBelle. He tries to get it out, doesn't. Johnson keeps it in. He winds. His shot, save. The rebound picked up in front by Potsdam's Brian Theobald. Theobald off the boards and out to center ice and a bounce past Albertine. Massena with some real good chances early here on the power play. Johnson ahead to Edwards. Has a sweep check away. Parker picks it up. We got a penalty against Potsdam. And we're going to have the puck touched by Warden. He's going to be called for elbow, and that's going to give Massena a 2-man advantage for 20 seconds, and that's a break for the Raiders. Well, Massena was doing what they had to. They got some real good opportunities.
Right. They got some good opportunities. They took the good shots, and Ed Thomas in nets for Potsdam picked up a couple pretty good saves. Now Massena has a 2-man advantage for 20 seconds, and then she'll have the another power play.
We're going to have Delacourt out there. We're going to have Corey Varney out there, and I think that's Robbie Scott. For Massena, Johnson will be on one wing, Parker on the other wing, Edwards will center, and Albertine and Craner at the points. Off the face, it comes to Albertine, fakes the shot, goes to Craner. Craner trying to slide through. It's knocked away by Scott, but Albertine's going to get back that time. We're down to 12 seconds in the 2-man advantage. Massena's got about enough time for one more rush in the 2-man advantage. Headman goes to Craner. Craner takes it across the blue line, gets a shot deflected high up into the screen. 1 second left in the 2-man advantage.
For the 2-man advantage, you have to be patient. You can't just come in and throw the puck you've got to come in and set up on a two-man advantage. Got to be a little bit more disciplined. Too anxious to get that shot off.
And they did much better on the single-man advantage. Okay, Edwards will take the face-off. Carey's going to be out of that box in a flash here. So Massena's got to get a quick shot off. They want it on the two-man advantage. Off the face-off, bouncing puck right at the blue line. Controlled by Parker. Trying to slide it through. Goes off a leg of Corey Varney in behind the net. Here's Varney with it. Rubbed off the play. The puck comes free. Thomas has it poke checked away. He's way out of the net. Here's Parker's shot. Thomas got back in time. Made the save. Big save for Ed Thomas. And Massena again threatened, but Thomas kept them out. As he went after the puck behind the net, but lost it. And Chris Parker saw that, tried to come around, but he didn't get it around in time.
Not quick enough to get around there. As he got around, Ed Thomas came to cover that far post, and as he got over there, Parker took the shot. It was right along the ice. Thomas pounced on the puck. Massena still on the power play, face-off, Potsdam zone.
Off the draw, Edwards kicks it. Parker back to the point, Albertine. Albertine takes the line, the shot, the save in the net. Mickey Edwards.
Okay, there it is. The shot came from the point. Albertine, a nice low shot on the ice. The save was made. However, when it's on the ice like that, it's very difficult not to give up the rebound. That time, Mickey Edwards, right on the doorstep. Massena scores in a power play. They're only behind one goal. It's now Potsdam 4, Massena 3. Nice power play goal by Massena.
Got to give the Raiders credit.
Right.
They had to score in the power play. They did.
That'll be Edwards, and he's from Albertine.
Burke's line will be out there now. Burke with Fauché and Valance. And Denicourt's line right back out there for Potsdam. Comes off the face-off, back to DeRushy, circles in his own end. Ahead to Paquin. Paquin looking for Fauché, went right by him, and icing will be called on Massena. 4-3, Potsdam leads by a singleton with 13:27 left to go in period number 3. Face-off moves back in Sandstone, or in Massena territory, I should say, to the right of goaltender Matt Leary. Now a Denicourt's line out there. Massena's going to make a change here in the Craner line right back out. Face-off right side. Off the draw. Puck back to Scott at the point. Tries to feed it in the corner. After it is DeRushy. DeRushy. Edman. Edwards. Edwards shovels it ahead. Goes to Craner. Here comes Craner. Looking for Medina. Too far. Icing again. Marty Medina either didn't know it was coming or didn't see it or something.
Well,
and
that's a low percentage pass.
Sure
the
is.
chances of that is about 1 on 10 of completing with that pass. You're better off skate across the center red line, then dump the puck. This time, of course, for Massena's call for icing and face-off back into Massena. And 13:13 to go, third period. Massena down, 1 goal, 4-3. They're trailing Potsdam.
face-off left side. Craner Denicourt off the draw. Here comes Massena's Edwards. Shoveling it for Medina. Medina breaking in on the right side. Gets a shot off. They jam at it. The net off its moorings. And Thomas, I think, made the save.
He made the save on Medina as Medina came down that right side. Didn't get a lot of wood on the puck as the Potsdam defenseman
was all over
him, but he did get the save. And then everybody came into the net. The net came off the moorings. The whistle blew. Potsdam. Thomas made the save. Whistle blew. Potsdam face-off will be in the Potsdam end. Both teams change lines.
Conroy's line comes out for Potsdam. The Johnson line for Massena. Conroy, LaBelle, and Theobald. Johnson, Paquin, and Parker. Off the face-off. The puck comes in behind the net. Blanchard feeding it around. Kyle got a piece of it, but LaBelle is back to feed it behind the net again. Now Parker after it. Feeds it over to Tayo. Tayo right in the slot. Johnson too well tied up. Sidden tries to keep it in. He does. Slides it into the corner. But right there is Blanchard back out to center ice. Bouncing puck. Conroy after it. We're going to have a control with a high stick. And the face-off will move back, I believe, to just outside the Potsdam zone.
All right, Potsdam call for controlling the puck with a high stick.
Or will it go all the way? All the way, that's right.
On a high stick call like that, if you control the, hit the puck with the stick over your shoulder, they'll call for a high stick and all the way back in the Potsdam end. 12:43 to go, 4-3 Potsdam.
Johnson will face off against Conroy again. Off the draw, shot right on, and the save made by Thomas. Now Tayo just shovels it in the corner. Back there is Blanchard for Potsdam. Feeding it ahead, stolen by Sidden, who's pinching in. Conroy comes up and takes the puck and gets it off Tayo out to center ice. Tayo skates after it, circles, steps by a check, comes through the middle, slides it free, knocked down in front, back out. King with it, waits for his wings. Now he finds a free scaling and slides it into the corner. Nobody there for Massena as Blanchard comes back for it. Off the boards, not out. Hard check thrown by King. The puck bouncing around. Finally, it slides out to center ice. Goes into the Massena zone. Conroy after it, and he's looking for the puck. He finds it, but Sidden gets a piece of it, knocks it into the corner, as both teams pretty slow getting back that time. It comes to Warden. Warden feeds in the corner again for Conroy. Conroy back to Warden, intercepted. Here comes Fauché. Fauché feeds Valance. Valance gets knocked down. The puck comes free. Warden picks it up. Trying to get it out. Valance gets a piece of it. It comes to Blanchard, I believe that is. Now the puck back out to center ice. Aubertine for Massena. Aubertine stops, looks. Now he slides it down into Potsdam territory in behind the net. Warden is there for Potsdam. Feeding it ahead to the blue line. It's out to center ice. Fauché steps in, takes it across offsides. Will be the call.
Stan Moore is sending this Burke line as a checking line. They're not even sending anybody in. They're holding both wings and the center back on the blue line, trying to just keep Potsdam in check. But they're not just checking line. They're not trying to score of this line. Just keeping Potsdam from scoring. I think Stan Moore figures he got to go with the Craner and Johnson line to do scoring for him.
Off the faceoff. The puck comes to the Massena blue line. They jam for it back into Massena zone. Aubertine bangs it off the boards. They jam it right to the blue line again. Oh, Burke threw a hard check. They jam for it, tied up right at the blue line. The whistle sounds, and will face it off. Probably just inside Massena zone. Face off. No, I guess it's going to be just, yeah, it is just inside. Burke again against, we've got the Derek Durant line out
Durant
now.
On the fourth Potsdam line out there.
Off the face-off, the puck sits, comes out to center ice. They jam for it. Picked up by Valance, has it poked away by Scott. Hard check throw, Burke picks it up. Here comes Burke in the zone. Gets by one, tries to get the shot off. Getting back nicely was John Bradley to tie it up. And the puck goes around the boards. Fauché trying to slide it to Valance. Valance back to the point to Rushy. Rushy pokes it into the corner, in behind the net. Picked up there by Big Warden. Warden starts to lug it out. Warden gets by a check. Kind of lost the puck, but gets a hold of it and dumps it back in the Massena zone. Here comes DeRushy. Steps by a check. DeRushy now digging it down. It goes down the ice into Potsdam territory, in behind the net. Whacked around the boards and back out again. Paquin for Massena. Paquin with a puck now. Backhands it to Craner. Craner to Medina. Here's Medina. Trying to get the shot off. Knocked down by the defense. Chet Thomas. Thomas feeds around the boards. Paquin at the point. Trying to keep it in. The bouncing puck goes to Medina. Medina knocked down. The puck comes free. Picked up by Thomas. And Thomas lugs it ahead. Now it's McNamara. Dumps in the Massena zone. 10 minutes even left to play. Carey after it. Sidden comes back. Leaves the puck for Craner. Here comes Kevin Craner. Craner headman to Edwards. Edwards moves it down the ice. Trying to go across the blue line, and we're going to have an offsides on Massena. 4-3. Potsdam leading by 1 with 9:49 left in the third period.
A lot of time left, Jerry. A lot of time.
If Massena was still down 2, there would not be a lot of time. No. But with a 1 goal,
that's right.
It's a lot of time. Off the face. Puck back to red line. Dumped down the ice. That was very close to being an icing, but they didn't call it. I don't know why. And it's feeding it ahead, Corey Varney. Varney loses to Tayo. Tayo trying to go in the corner to Parker. Parker, oh, he gets knocked out of the play. LaBelle picks it up, feeds it over to Blanchard on the other side. Blanchard moves it. Down the ice it goes. And it slides in on Larry, and he leaves it for Aubertine. Aubertine, oh, little trouble with it, in behind the net, but he finds the handle, starts back the other way. Here comes Bruce Aubertine, poke checked away, following up is King. Here's King, looking to dump it. Deep in Potsdam territory. Corey Varney's got it. Varney backhands it ahead, knocked down. Blanchard now for the Stoners. Blanchard hits the wing. LaBelle trying to feed Conroy, knocked down in front. They jam for it. Varney with it. Back to the Massena blue line. Aubertine feeding Parker. Parker gets by a check. Here's Parker. Johnson. Johnson's shot goes wide. Rebound, Blanchard in behind the net. Blanchard trying to feed it along. It comes to Denicourt. Here comes Denicourt. He overskated. Now it's Valance. Valance trying to get by a check. He's knocked down. The puck comes to McNamara. Valance throws a check. Denicourt picks up the puck. His blast high over the net. Now Carey racing in the corner. He's got quite a cannon, that Denicourt. Puck still in the corner. Massena Johnson controls. We have a whistle and a holding
we got
call.
A hold, I think, going on Fauché of Massena as he was caught holding. I think it was on Denicourt as he and Denicourt went down. I'll tell you, Denicourt boomed that slap shot. He was right about the blue line. That went sailing over the net, but I'll tell you, that was really traveling. Denicourt still down on his knees as he and Fauché went down together. However, Fauché ended up on top. Fauché will go in the penalty box for Massena. Massena does not really need a penalty at this time of the game. There's 8:23 to go, and Massena is losing by a score of 4-3. Potsdam will go in the power play.
It's a holding call against Massena. Jeff Fauché getting the gate. Apparently, Denicourt not hurt too badly. He's still out there. Conroy will center. Kip LaBelle on one wing. Dan Carey on the other wing. Off the faceoff. Puck out center ice. Burke out there along with Edwards. Denicourt's got it. Stick handling. Intercepted. Edwards, and he dumps it down in the Potsdam territory. Thomas leaves it for Denicourt. Here comes Denicourt. He can motor with that puck, can he? Here he comes by two. Here comes Denicourt across, and he falls down. The puck slides in, and Larry covers up. Denicourt wanted to get even for that, I think, and he took it in on his own.
Yeah, he took it in that time, but it was 1 against 4, and I don't care who you are. You aren't going to beat 4 of them.
Not normally,
Not
anyway.
Not normally, no. Finally, Albertine took him down.
Okay, now it's going to be Big Wharf coming out there, along with Brian Theobald and Mike McNamara. Denicourt and Scott stay at the points. Burke stays out there with Edwards, and King and Albertine. Off the face, the puck in behind the net. Albertine trying to move it. He loses it right in front, and Larry jumps on top of it. And Albertine again.
Well, that's not the move you want to make when you're one man down, to carry it out right alongside your net. Not the move at all to make. Actually, he had plenty of time to ice the puck, but he elected to carry it up. Almost coughed it up. You don't want to give up a goal this time of the game. You got to weather this power play.
He comes off the ice, and
needless to say,
Paquin comes in. Paquin got the puck, and he just takes a whack at it. That's what Albertine was supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do. When you get that puck back there, ice it. Throw it down the other end. You're trying to kill a power play.
Here comes Denicourt. He's got the puck. He's going to pass this time. Feeds it ahead. It goes to Theobald. Lugs it across the blue line, but it's picked up by Burke, and he lifts it back into Potsdam territory. Here's Denicourt. Massena making a change. Denicourt, headman pass across the blue line, offside, as Mark Bigwharf tried to stay out but didn't.
Couldn't quite get back as he was over the blue line, tried to straddle it, but the offside was called. Face off just outside the Massena blue line. 35 seconds left in the penalty to Fauché. Potsdam's on a power play, and they lead 4-3.
7:28, halfway through the third period. Off the draw, puck slides back into Potsdam zone. Denicourt again, back to pick it up. I think Denicourt's more a factor in this game than he was the first Potsdam game. Puck in the corner now, back to the point. Here's a big blast. Larry makes the save, the rebound. Carey's got it, and he goes back to Robbie Scott at the point. His drive deflected high over the net. Larry didn't see that one. Johnson looking for the hole. He can't find the handle on it. The puck's still in the corner. Carey jams Johnson. They whistle it dead as it's tied up.
Finally, both Johnson and King over there right next to the boards, tying up the puck. Only 7 seconds now in the Massena penalty. Face-off in the Massena zone.
We're going to have the Derek Durant line out there. Durant out with Bradley and Calipari. Potsdam's fourth line. You don't see that in high school hockey too often, a fourth line that he uses quite often. Fauché getting ready to come back out on the ice. Johnson's out there with Edwards still. Medina was out, but he's going to come off now. Off the faceoff, puck sitting, controlled by Warden. He lifts it into the corner, in behind the net. Potsdam trying to keep it in. Massena trying to get it out. Penalty is up. Raiders control, poke checked away. Warden didn't see it and didn't have a stick anyway. And now it comes to Paquin. Paquin, headman pass, but not out. They jam for it. Poke check free, but Massena controls DeRushy. DeRushy trying to take it across, but offsides would have been called, so Johnson circles back. Now he dumps it into the Potsdam zone. In behind the net, Sandstoners control it as they move it out. Lugging it ahead is Dave Rhoda across the blue line. Rhoda trying to get by DeRushy, shovels it, hits the side of the net. They jam for it there. The puck, Larry jumps on top of it and holds on. As Paquin had somebody tied up there.
Larry thought Paquin was going to have it, but Paquin's pretty well tied up.
He and Calipari.
Right, he and Calipari were tied up finally. Matt Larry says enough of that, so he pounced on the puck, forcing the face-off. We're down to 6:13 to go in the third period. Massena still down by a score of 4-3 to Potsdam.
Okay. Burke's line out there. Uh-oh. Here comes Denicourt's line. See if Massena's going to make the change.
No, I don't think so. I think Sandmore's going to leave the Burke line out against Denicourt.
Okay.
That's out there as a checking line.
Off the face, the puck comes back out to center ice. Back for it is Corey Varney. Varney at his own blue line. Looks to move it into the Massena zone. He dumps it, goes right on Larry. Larry leaves it. Sidden shovels it over to Albertine. McNamara races in. He and Albertine jam. The puck comes back to Denicourt. In the circle, trying to slide through. Can't get the shot off. And the puck comes out, and it's controlled by Fauché. Fauché starts down the right wing, slides it through. Here's Burke. Burke gets tied up, trying to get the shot off. And a good defensive job there by Kevin Blanchard to keep Burke from getting the shot off. Nice job by Blanchard. Here's Sidden now shoveling one in. Bouncing puck, Blanchard again. Back to the blue line, but not out. Now Carey slides it ahead. Here's Denicourt, one-on-one in Albertine. Denicourt trying to get by, he does. And Sidden helps. Denicourt gets a shot, they jam. And Albertine comes and took it right out of the goal mouth. Albertine made a good play that time. Albertine just dumps it to the Potsdam blue line. They bang at it. Denicourt's got it again. Here's Denicourt. Or Potsdam gets by one. Here's Denicourt across the blue line. He unleashes the cannon, and a save by Leary. And Massena's going to tie it up in the corner, and we'll have a face-off. I'll tell you what, that Denicourt has got a cannon. Whoa.
He sure has, and I'll tell you, when he's going down the ice, you cannot play the puck with that guy. You got to play the body. Massena has been playing the puck with Denicourt. Against somebody like that, you just can't do it. Boy, he's going to make you look foolish every time.
He goes around him every single time.
You got to play the man. Don't even look at the puck. Conroy.
We have our wounded warrior up here with us in the box, Seth Sauve. So, knee injury, huh, Seth? Face off left side. We're down to 5:03. Apparently somebody throwing objects on the ice. That's about as stupid as you can get. Here's Potsdam clearing it into the corner. Medina after it. He just dumps it in behind the net for King. King around the boards. Edwards, he's going to leave it. Crater picks it up. Here comes Crater going down on Conroy. He's got Medina with him. Oh, tries to slide it through. We got a delay offsides, but it's back out to center ice. Dumped in again. In the corner. In behind the net. Thomas leaves it for Scott. Crater trying to take it away. Medina's in there jamming for it too. It's back in the mesh and tied up. And we'll have a face-off in Potsdam territory. Now this has got to be a first. Reg Cross wants the heat off.
It's too warm in here. We got too many people up here.
Much hot air.
Yeah, that could very well be.
Could be.
That and a great hockey game. 4:35. That's what's left. Off the face, Crater's line out there against the McNamara line. Potsdam gets it to center ice. King with it. Whacks it back to the blue line. Picked up by Robbie Scott. Scott slides it ahead. LaBelle feeding Conroy. Conroy tries to slide it through, but somebody's there, Marty Medina, to break it up. Now the puck bounces into the corner. Darren King picks it up, loses it to Kip LaBelle. LaBelle gets by a check of DeRushy. LaBelle drops it back to the point. Here's Thomas, his shot knocked down by Medina. Mickey Edwards, headman to Crater, a little bit too far. After it, it's dumped back to center ice by Potsdam. Picked up by Tayo now as Massena changes lines here. Jeff Tayo with it, steps by a check, bangs it off the boards, into the zone. Here comes Chris Parker after it. Parker stops, has it swept away by Warden. It comes back out to center ice. We're down to 3:45. Paquin in his own end. Now time is becoming a factor. As Massena starts out again. Here comes Sidden. Head man pass right on the stick of Tile. Tile to Johnson all by himself, right front shot. What a save by Thomas.
Oh, what a chance Massena had as Jeff Johnson broke in on the right-hand side. But I'll tell you, Ed Thomas, that's the save of the game for Ed Thomas. He tried to, Johnson tried to deke him. He tried to go to the left, but as he went to the left, Ed Thomas come out and smothered the puck. Good chance for Jeff Johnson there going in on the right-hand side that time. But Thomas, man of the hour right now for Potsdam, making a big save. And still Potsdam 4, Massena 3. Still a lot of time, 3:31. A lot of time for Massena to tie it up.
Face-off will be to the right of Thomas. In and Massena, well, let's see. They're making an offensive change as King coming out with DeRushy. Johnson's line stays out, but now the Denicourt line back out for Potsdam. Off the draw, puck in the circle, controlled by Tile, backhand right on, the save made by Thomas. He leaves it for Rhoda. Rhoda feeds it ahead for Denicourt. 3-on-2. Denicourt feeds Carey. Carey and DeRushy. Carey slides it right on, the save made, into the corner it goes. Off a stick of somebody. Back to the point, Warden, his shot, through a screen, score!
It was through a screen, it hit just inside of the post on the stick side of Matt Larry. I don't think Matt Larry ever saw that one at all, Jerry. There were 2 or 3 men in front. The shot was taken from the left point. Warden, took the shot from the left point. That put Potsdam up by a score of 5-3. That's one of those shots, you shoot it 10 times, you wouldn't even come close to the net that time, just inside the post. Potsdam goes up 5-3.
Probably kissed the post on the way through. Off the face-off, Burke's line out. Sidden has it poke checked away by Carey. Sidden follows it in his own end. Tries to dump it over the other side. Aubertine ahead to Edwards. Edwards in behind the net. Edwards just slides it out to center ice. Meant for Craner. Denicourt gets there, trying to get it back in the zone, but Craner picks it up. Here's Craner stepping by Denicourt. Craner steps by another check and just backhands it into Potsdam territory. Around the boards it comes. Sidden stops. His shot way wide. Into the corner now. Burke after it. Drops it back. Aubertine shot. Knocked down. Craner stops the bouncing puck. Takes a whack at it. Knocked in the slot. Potsdam's going to ice it, but it's right on net. Aubertine picks it up. He's still got it in his own end. Trying to get by some danger. Aubertine steps by another check. Finally, he breaks out left side. Headman pass to Craner, doesn't get out of the end. Here's LaBelle with it, right side. LaBelle trying to go by Burke. Burke takes him out of the play. It's picked up by Aubertine. He slides it to center ice. Here's Blanchard with it. Dumps it right back in the zone. 5-3 Potsdam leads, 1:53. Puck side of the net. Burke trying to slide through. Quick shot. Leary made a masked save that time, right in his face, as Massena gave the puck away again. Here's another shot from the point, way wide. Massena having trouble clearing their own end right now. LaBelle trying to slide it in the corner. They jam for it. Picked up by Conroy. Right in front, shot, score! That makes it 6-3.
That time, Massena just could not clear the puck out of their own end. And anytime you see that where you have problems clearing the puck out of your own end, eventually it's going to come back to haunt you, and it sure did there as Potsdam picks up their 6th goal of the evening. Really, I couldn't fault Matt Larry on that. It's just Massena, both the forwards and defense, just not doing their job as far as coming out of their own end. The defense had problems back there, but what happening, the forwards were not moving without the puck. They were not putting themselves in position to get the puck, so the defense just had a tough time clearing it at all. And finally, of course, Potsdam came up. They're ahead 6-3.
Off the face-off. Here comes Potsdam again. Thomas a shot. Leary makes the save. DeRushy's got the puck, starts out. Headman pass on the stick of Johnson. Here comes Johnson breaking in, gets a shot off. Thomas makes the save. And we'll have a face-off in the Potsdam zone. 6-3. Potsdam coming up with 2 late goals to ice this game. And that just about assures Potsdam a first place in the NAC this year. So that'll set up the battle for second place between Massena and OFA, is what this does. In behind the net now. Robbie Scott feeding it on the backhand to Rhoda. Rhoda starts down. Into the Massena zone. DeRushy with it. In behind his own net. Starts back. Here comes DeRushy. Headman pass right on the stick of Parker. Parker comes through. He overskates. Gets knocked down. Scott trying to move it out. Back to the blue line. Here's Tayo. Tayo gets one deflected. And a weak save made by Thomas. Now here's Scott just lifting it back to the blue line and out to center ice with about 35 seconds left to play in the hockey game. Here's DeRushy. Ahead to Parker. Parker moves it. Scott picks it up. Circles. Here's Scott with it. Over to Warden. Warden back up in the air. Into the Massena zone. Paquin in behind the net now, circling around, off the boards. Ahead, Parker out to center ice, intercepted. Here's Warden with it. Warden bangs it off the boards to the blue line. Paquin, ahead it goes, into the Potsdam zone, back to the Massena zone. That's going to take care of it right there. Potsdam wins it. Potsdam beats Massena 6-3. And that just about assures them first place in the league, as they will go to 11-1 on the season. Massena drops to 8-2-1. OFA at 6-3-1. So that's going to set a battle for second place, and OFA will be in second to last game of the season, and that should go a long way to settle who's going to win second place.
Yeah. Well, with this good win tonight, it was a good win for Potsdam. We'll get the saves here. 20.
Here are the saves. 8 saves for Thomas in the third.
Okay, saves in the game for Matt Larry of Massena, 22 saves, and for Ed Thomas of Potsdam, 21 saves. Pretty even on the saves. The only thing that's not even on the scoreboard, it still shows Potsdam 6, Massena 3. Although actually it was, you might say, a 4-3 game. Massena gave up 2 goals late in the third period.